All right, guys, we are back over here working on the shop. Lindsay's with me. Today we actually just worked on the driveway. This area was where the fire pit was, and I buried the two stumps that were still in there and then just started trying to pack everything down. The problem is it holds water in there because it was kind of a hole. So it's been really mushy. And every time I come, I just do a little bit until I start causing problems, and then I back out. But I just keep getting the hole a little smaller and smaller. I did make a pretty bad rut right there, and that's about when I quit, but it's far from done. But anyways, I got a garage door. It was given to me, and I got everything to go with it. I've actually had it for about a year or so. This has a lock on it, but I don't have a key for it, so. Well. I also got a whole bucket of all the rollers and the screws to put them on, and the cables and cable brackets, and the leash. They got tangled up in there. Tomorrow I'm going to get this trailer pulled out of here and we'll have the room. Need to unload all that extra OSB, kind of clean up my mess a little bit. It is a much nicer day and we are back at the shop to do some work. Lindsay's here with me and Rhodey the dog. Today we are going to try to start the process of getting this door put up. I really didn't think about this when I was doing it, but all these little tabs need to come out. Otherwise my board's not going to really be flush against the wall. Y'all know what I needed was my door to be more narrow, didn't you? Well, unfortunately, the door I have is only 8'2", plus the rollers on the end, and then this opening right here is 8'6". So now putting a 2-inch board on either side, we're down to about 8'2" so we're gonna see if we can leave it flush like this, but I think it's gonna just stick out about that much. So we're gonna just kind of mock everything up real quick and then I'll bring you guys back. I'm sorry about the repetitive camera angle, but I can't film from in here out here because it's so dark in here and so bright out here, it just blows the camera out. So just work with us. Try to put one piece in and then just move it up and down, make sure everything's moving freely and looks good, and then I'll go to mounting the second part of the bracket. Just no room for error. If it gets a little bit twisted, it's gonna be falling in. Okay, wish me luck. All right, guys, we have located the bottom door and we're going off the fact that people have been stepping on this one to pull it down. So all our bolt holes lined up good. Got it? Yeah. I let the other roller fall in on its way down. I think because it has a lock mechanism and the lock mechanism hole is right there, so this should be the one for right here. Down. Doggy door. Okay. Now. Oh, ouch. Well, that didn't go so well. Okay. All right, back to working on this door. It's already getting a little easier to film in here. It's already getting a lot easier to see, ain't it? Okay, I gotta lift this thing up, pull this chair out, set her down easy, easy, easy. Okay. This is what I believe to be the next door. Okay. Okay, I got one more piece and one more roller. I don't know where it goes though. Maybe this mounts on here. Yep, and there's a roller. So that means I'm missing one of those and a roller for this side. All right guys, it's kind of a yucky day at the shop, but I wanted to take a minute to tell you about today's video sponsor, Bluetti. This is the Elite 200 V2 by Bluetti. It is a very powerful battery bank. It comes in at a total weight of about 53 pounds. Puts out 2,073 watt hours of power and has up to 2,600 watts output AC. It has 4 AC plugs. It has 4 DC plugs, a cigarette lighter plug over here as well, and an input for your solar panels. I've been using Bluetti's products for many years now. I've used some of their smaller boxes, but the Elite 200 V2 is everything that I needed in a power bank. I've yet to find anything that this box couldn't run. I'm sure there's some heavy appliances that you could throw at it that it wouldn't hold, but in my everyday life, in my normal work function, it's held up to every single thing that I need to, including a table saw, which is pretty impressive. This box is a one-stop shop for most job sites. You could get a lot of work done. This whole entire shop was built with this Bluetti. I haven't run power to my shop yet, and it's probably gonna be later. So all the work that I've done on this, we run 2 air compressors at the same time, all the drills, saws, batteries, table saw. I mean, it really is impressive what this thing can run. Like I said, guys, it's just a pretty yucky day at the shop. I did go up in the house and find a heater. It's not gonna heat up the shop, but I can at least warm up my hands. Let's see how the Bluetti does versus this little heater. All right, guys, you can see we were at 90% power. We were pulling 88 watts of power, and this box will do that for 32.5 hours there. These heaters pull a lot of power, but let's kick it on, see how it runs. We're gonna put it on low power first. So on low power, it is pulling 1,300 watts now, minus our 88, and it can do that for 1.4 hours. We're gonna go ahead and kick it up to high power mode. It is warming up my hands quickly. It is now pulling 1,500 watts of power. And you can see it can do that for 1.1 hours. I'm gonna turn it a little hotter. The Elite 200 V2 could run a lot of your appliances in case of a power outage, or you could take it camping, job sites, picnic. There's endless possibilities, and I'm sure you could think of some ways that you could use the Elite 200 V2 in your life. If not, remember, Christmas is just right around the corner, and what a crazy awesome gift you could get for somebody. Thanks to Bluetti for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to putting this door up. Russell told me he has some more of this at his over at his place. I can run and grab some if I need it. So turns out I might actually need it. Let's go ahead and put this one up. I can get rid of my strap and put it over here and build this side. And then if we need to, we'll run to Russell's and go get that. Okay, well, you can see, got the bracket up. Looks really good. It's a little cockeyed this way, but at least we can adjust it if we need to. I'm gonna climb up there and get this rope off so I can start hanging the other side. We're gonna have to go to Russell's and cut another piece. All right, guys, I have driven over here and found this stick. Russell said it's on the back of my truck, and some of you probably never even seen this truck. This is my 72 one-ton. This is my favorite truck, honestly, out of all my trucks. It's kind of chilly, so I don't think there's wasps. There was some wasps. Look at that bad boy. Get off my truck, Flower. Yeah, the rats have taken over. Don't worry. Pretty soon we will have this girl up at the shop and we will get her all fixed up and ready to go. Honestly, all it needs is a new carburetor. The wires for the lights are probably chewed up because it's been sitting out here in the field, but I love this truck. I guess I threw a big tarp in there. I put a new dash pad in it. I painted this. I hate it though, so I'm gonna take that out and found a new cluster for it, but nice seat cover on it. It's a really nice truck. All those cab lights were working. I had everything working. I drove it to town one time for a car show, but other than that, I've never really driven it. Then here's my other truck. That's why I really love that Bluetti, is even in the middle of a cow field, I can just go. I could have just taken this back to my house and then cut it and then brought the piece back to Russell's, but it took me like 2 minutes. I just cut it off and take what I need. Head back to the house. All right, we got that one. Now we just need to tighten up this top one. Got it up. I measured across the bottom. It was like 100 inches, and I measured up here and it's 100 inches. So we got that done. I need to cut off the overhangs, obviously. I don't know why I cut that one so long. I was thinking about the one across the top, so whatever. I want to test it out so bad, but I'm missing one of the brackets. I looked in the back of my truck. I was hoping maybe that bracket just fell out on the way here, but not so lucky. Okay, the next step is this bar, which has the mounts and the rollers for the cables and that spring mount right there. All right, guys, we got as much of it put up as we possibly can. I wish I could raise the door, but I just can't. I lifted it up a little bit and it was rolling on this side of the track. I just don't have a wheel up there, so. I know I will need a board across here for this to mount to, but I imagine I just need to really start boxing all of this in, so. That'll be the next plan. Also, I have to get a spring for this thing because mine was stolen. But we'll get that, and we'll get this other bracket. Hook up our cables. Pretty soon we will have a fully functioning garage door, but that won't be today, unfortunately. You can see out here the final product. At least this door needs to be cleaned, pressure washed, and probably painted. But you can see you got 2x4s there on both sides, and I should be able to just go to about here and close all this in. Is that correct? I was thinking about taking this big old post that we didn't use. It's 4x6, and I can put it right here in the header. That'll give it a lot of structure to hold these poles, and then just kind of close in that. You guys give me some advice. Is that the next plan? We will try to work on that in the next video. I want to say thanks to Bluetti for sponsoring the video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to my members for supporting my channel. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.